him to Detroit.
No! No, not Detroit! No!
What day is it? Monday? Oh, Monday!
Monday, Monday, so good to me.
Hey, it's Monday.
Medical.
Monday.
Changes could be coming to Michigan's marijuana law. A new set of bills now being heard in Lansing.
Marijuana is not a drug.
The bills would have major implications to small medical growers known as caregivers.
That's some heavy shit, man.
Small pot farmers in California say the state is not standing by its promise to protect.
Big companies were supposed to be limited, but some have stacked hundreds of licenses.
Stop hitting it so hard.
Created a cartel, essentially.
You have an industry allowing for businesses to operate like cartels.
But it's a Monday.
Harm has been done by the fact that we didn't legalize it back then.
Well, I don't know if there's any harm that's been done.
There was people getting arrested, there were people getting thrown in jail. I mean, that counts, doesn't it?
What kind of joint is this, man?
Smoking marijuana all in public. You would think that shit was legal. We the Pistons in the 8, 9, and 9. Oh, bad boy.
It's just another medical.
And welcome Medical Mondays, y'all. This is your host with the most, THC. It is motherfucking bloodstream, BERG. That's Berg, motherfuckers. Of course, I got my returning panelist with us. Adam Brook, aka Mr. Hash Bash himself.
What's happening? What up, Doe? From Amsterdam.
Live from Amsterdam, y'all.
Yeah. It's only 3 o'clock in the morning here.
Shout out to everybody in the chat so far. We got Jared, we got Native Made, we got Adam L. Brook. Oh shit, we got Adam L. Brook in the chat. Damn, he's taking time out of his Amsterdam trip. Blue Brat, what up? Silly Villain, what up? Thank you all for joining. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe if you haven't already. Rick Antis up in here, James Holland, much respect. Before we get into anything, of course, it's Veterans Day. Thank you all that have served in the past or, well, it would technically have to be the past if you're a veteran. So,
yeah,
appreciate you all. My dad's a veteran. I'm sure we all have some family that are veterans, so appreciate every one of y'all. And today's 11/11, y'all, so make a wish, motherfuckers.
Yeah. It's also sobriety day for Darren McCarty, 8 years.
Oh, shit. Shut up, D-Mac. Need to have him on. I guess he partnered up with a new company and got some. From what I heard from him, it's a lot better.
Yeah,
a lot better product with his name on it this time around. So maybe we can have him on, man. Maybe. Shout out to And Romeo Roach in the building. What up, though? Cognac, what up, though? Before we get into anything, I want to give a huge shout out to all of our awesome sponsors. Shout out to Native Made 313, Michigan Turf Farms, Nug Adduction Extracts, Tiki Man, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging. Also, of course, here on Medical Mondays, we want to stress the fact if your state has a medical marijuana program, go out and get your medical marijuana card, y'all. And one of the awesome people you can hit up is Wheezy over at Detroit Certification Center. You can get at him on social media at Detroit Cert Center or visit them at DetroitCertCenter.com. or just give her a call or a text. It's 248-275-6707. Once again, that is 248-275-6707. Of course, tell her Medical Mondays sent you. I'm sure you'll get a little hookup.
Yeah.
Of course, there's all kinds of other people you can hit up for a card. We got Vehicle City Social. We got GC3 up in the Flint area. We got Michael Dooley up north. We got Pure West out west. Wherever you're at, we got you covered, y'all. So stop making an excuse. Go out and get your card, y'all. You need to show these politicians that we're still here and we ain't going nowhere. And also it benefits you in different legal aspects. So go out and get your card, motherfuckers.
A great insurance policy for what you pay for.
Yep. Also, I want to remind everybody out there, we got the Give Back going on the 24th. JSH Enterprise and Liqueduction Extracts bring in non-perishable foods to get in, or it's $5 entry, or like we always say on Medical Mondays, bring both, man. $5 and some food. Why not? It's benefiting the Capuchin Soup Kitchen and the First Step Women's Shelter. And once again, it's going to be in Detroit. I'm sure, I want to say Chi-Town's going to be there cooking up all that fire-ass grub he got. Also, everybody who gets in will receive a raffle ticket to win some awesome giveaways. Usually around 3 different giveaways, y'all. So if you're coming, stick around, because there's been plenty of times where I call numbers out and the people ain't even there. And they don't even know what the hell they missed out on. But
them bags are fat.
Yeah, man. It's well over $100 worth of stuff.
Well worth what you paid to get in.
Definitely. Of course, Native Maid's gonna be in the building. Nuggeduction, your boy Nice, John Doe, Fuck Off Extracts, and the list goes on, y'all. So save the date, the 24th, and also the 17th, y'all. Native Maid's gonna be in the building at the Dolph Day Give Back tribute event. So yeah, if you're in the Detroit area, drop in, say hi to Native Maid. I want to say Nuggeduction is going with her too, man. So you might not see his logo on here, but he's gonna be there. And also our boy Mr. Kush. Is that what he calls himself? I want to say it's Mr. Kush, but maybe I'm wrong. I'm pretty high for this early of the show. But what else? Oh yeah, before we get into anything, everybody out there, let me know what you're smoking on. Right now, I'm smoking on some original Skittles mixed up with some Block Party, Michigan Turf Farms, y'all. If you don't know, you need to.
Yeah.
I know Adam's over there smoking on some Amsterdam weed, man. How's that?
It's pretty good. I smoke mostly hash while I'm here. I got a hookup, and but I do like to smoke flower and joints. So I get, I buy 10 grams at a time of. I got some kosher Kush that was done really well, but My big thing is, I'll show it to you here, Moroccan hash. That's a good sized chunk of it. I just smoke it in a pipe, mix it into joints, whatever. But that's my big thing is I really enjoy the hash while I'm here.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've had like some real hash, man.
Yeah.
So do they even fuck with rosin over there?
Yeah, it's getting to be a big deal over here right now. It's
what
fun.
are the prices?
It's outrageous. It's 60 euros a gram, or more. But they're going through the same things we did in the same orders. Like they just got CRC knowledge.
Oh.
And now they're learning.
They just now got it.
Yeah, now they're learning that all this stuff they're looking at with this light color has been CRC. And rosin is therefore getting to be a bigger deal because people are starting to learn about it. And then the big thing here is anything Cali related. So once you claim you're bringing in Cali packs and that's what you got, you can get a little more for that. But that's popular in a couple, in some of the coffee shops here and there. People go stand in line to buy that stuff in some of these places. But for the most part, the weed in Amsterdam is smuggled in through from all parts of Europe. And yeah, it's very touristy to go from coffee shop to coffee shop. And
so can you grow your own in Amsterdam?
No.
What?
Yeah. That's illegal. They're just doing an experiment now on quote legal marijuana. They have an area where they have
because it's still illegal. They just are tolerant of it.
And they tax it. They tax the shit out of it. But they started doing a thing where they have shops that have prepackaged weed that's been tested and this, that, and the other thing. It's all regulated and it's similar to our metric type system. And they're doing an experiment to see how that works out. Most of the places you go to are deli style where they're showing you weed and you can smell it and, basically almost touch it. But then again, they're sticking their hands in and grabbing the weed out of the bowl and sticking it on a scale with their raw hands. And that's not something you would see back in the States.
420 fact checker is in here asking, what year does Adam say he won Freedom Fighter of the Year?
94.
94.
I didn't see that coming.
Shout out to Lisa. Lisa up in here. What up, Joe? Thanks for joining us. White Boy Cannabis says, hope you have a good and safe trip, Adam.
Yeah, it's Amsterdam, man. I don't care what you hear on the news. It's always safe. That's one of the things when you tell someone you're from Detroit, they right away want to know, about violence.
Eminem?
And do you know Eminem? And whatever. They start asking goofy 8 Mile questions and have no concept of what they're even talking about. But you meet a lot of people and everything they know about Detroit, they know via Eminem.
High Times Freedom Fighter.
Yeah, Freedom Fighter. High Times had a group called the Freedom Fighters, and they would select the Freedom Fighter of the Year. And in '94, we used to meet in Ann Arbor after Hash Bash. We'd go to Dominic's restaurant long before the Monroe Street Fair existed, and we'd go to Dominic's after the Hash Bash, and we'd have our meeting there, and they'd vote. In the year I won, I'd been involved with organizing Hash Bash for a couple of years already, and I was the hometown guy. And they nominated a whole bunch of people, and then they voted and, knocked a few people out and then voted again. I ended up beating out Jack Hare for Freedom Fighter of the Year.
That's wild, man.
He was, yeah. I mean, he was just coming up, pushing the fuel, food, fiber, and medicine concept, and people were just starting to learn who he was and his book and all that. I'm not going to say I was more popular than he was, but I was for that boat. And High Times flew me out. That was 30 years ago.
Damn.
Been coming ever since.
Stephen Hagar named Jack Hare freedom fighter in '94.
That was the magazine had later in the year they had freedom fighter of the year for the magazine. That was different than the freedom fighter group, which was sponsored by the magazine.
Lisa is smoking on some candy fumes. Jared's got some papaya rosin. Frank Antis got that slurricane. Ask Stephen Hagar.
I don't have to ask Hagar. It's published in the magazine.
It's Hagar.
I don't know if it's the July issue. I think it would have been the July '94 issue would have talked about the Freedom Fighter of the Year voting. Hagar picked a Freedom Fighter later in the year from the magazine itself. But that was the year that Jack Hare's strain won the Cannabis Cup. And Jack was there also. But that was the first Cannabis Cup that was also open to the public. Prior to that, they were private affairs and they were done very differently. They didn't have events surrounding cannabis.
I was still in high school in '94. Before I even smoked weed.
Yeah.
So yeah, you weren't here last week, man. Did you get a chance to watch last week's show?
Yeah, I got off the plane and my phone exploded. I didn't know if like the U.S. government had replaced my phone and I was in line for what was happening in the Middle East. My shit was going to physically blow up. But as soon as I connected back to the data, my phone just started making noise. Yeah, and then I watched the show and I enjoyed it, actually. I was not expecting that while I was gone. So, but yeah, it was a good show. It's good seeing Roach.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And then we had the crazy football game here, so things got a little sidetracked. My drama was no longer as important as it was locally. But yeah, we've been having a good time here. It's a fun place. If you like people, it's a great place. If you like the people watch, it's an even better place. I did a podcast with Dan by the Gram. I was on his podcast the other day. And that's kind of cool because I sit around a coffee shop, people come in, and he's got this brand that he's pushing, this 21 by 20 times 21 by times 20, which is 420. And it's kind of his underground concept, whatever. So you see these people come into a coffee shop and they're wearing his hat. And then they turn and they're like, oh, hey, I saw you on the show the other day. And they kind of know who you are. And it's kind of funny. He's got a pretty good following over here. And he works at a coffee shop, so people know who he is. And they're doing a big awards thing here, you know, voting on the best, your favorite coffee shop, things like that. Putting coffee shops up against each other. You know, everybody likes their own shop for their own reasons. Very rarely is it the environment and the music, because it seems to suck in most coffee shops. But
yeah, I've always wanted to make it over there eventually, man. I mean, not for the weed at all. I
No.
heard our weed's better, but
Much.
just for the, the experience.
Yeah, it's I mean, how I tell people, if you're gonna come to Amsterdam, you want to spend a week here. There's all kinds of adult touristy type things you should do. There's classic museums here, whether you're into art or not. You got to go to the Van Gogh Museum, the Rembrandt stuff. You got to go to the Rijksmuseum, which is their historical museum, and you'll see, a couple thousand years worth of European history. There's all these like things that if you're going to travel that far, you might as well do these things. But at the same time, they got all these coffee shops that you can meet, have a coffee, get some weed, smoke down, go to the museum. Food is, the restaurants are real big here. It's touristy. All because it says it's an Italian restaurant doesn't mean there's any Italians eating there. Doesn't mean the place is run by Italians. Doesn't mean anybody speaks Italian there. But there's a few places that are old school Italian, have decent food. The rest are all run by Egyptians and Moroccans, but it's all touristy type stuff. So you got to know where you're eating when you eat here if you want good food. We eat pretty good while we're here. Fancy restaurants, nice, good stuff. And Dutch food sucks, so you're always looking for something other than what would be considered Dutch food. A lot of Italian, a lot of Chinese, steakhouse, we rotate amongst those places. But it's a great place. I mean, it's changed a lot over the 30 years I've been coming.
Oh, I bet.
They've gotten rid of, at one point, they chased all the gangsters out of the weed scene and the red light scene. So the red light so they had all these gangsters that were running red light windows or owned buildings or whatnot. And they chased them all out. And that closed a bunch of windows. They did the same thing with the coffee shop world. They chased them out. They don't issue any more licenses. They only take them away now. And if you have problems, they'll take your license. There were shootings at one point here, which is very rare, but they were driving by coffee shops after they closed and shooting up the windows or whatever. And the Dutch get really offended by that, and they shut down the coffee shop, even though it's not their fault they were shot at.
Wow.
But yeah, they closed a couple places because they kept getting shot up.
Oh shit! Fucking Dog Catcher Farms wants to hear the about the book.
Would you like one?
So yeah, I mean, what do you got to say about last week's show, Adam?
Oh man, well, factually, it was mostly incorrect. Simple facts were just not correct, which told me.
Oh, sorry for everybody who tuned in tonight to see some ass shaking or something.
Yeah, right. I mean, I don't know how you believe anything that was said if they can't get the basic stuff right. Which then, I mean, I saw the questions happen on this. You asked the questions. You were asking the questions out loud. If you have all these problems, what are you doing on a golf cart with them?
Right.
You have problems with people that take stuff for free. Why are you giving them your address so he can send you something? I mean, and what conversation that was had that caused me to send you the book? Did you forget about that?
Oh, I'm sure she did. She didn't. There was plenty of shit that she just made up.
I don't just
I didn't know it was your idea to start a boycott.
Yeah, I'm real big on putting my name on boycotts. Let me tell you, you'll notice that over the last 30 years, I've basically run all the boycotts that have happened in Michigan. That's me, Mr. Boycott. But yeah, I don't know. It was whack. It really was. I wasn't sure. Once again, I wasn't sure.
Like, the only Jerry Springer-esque thing we ever did was to have Forever Jay on.
Yeah.
And George Waxington. Those are the only two fucking shows we had people on, and we actually like clowned them to their face.
And I have to explain to people all the time that I'm just a guest on this show. I don't. It's not my show. I get an invite every week, just like all the other people that come on the show get. And I don't make any decisions. It's not my show. But whatever. I mean, I might have promoted the boycott. I might have been all for the boycott.
I wouldn't even go that far, bro. You went. You don't. No. You were like, it ain't even a boycott. I don't even know why. It wasn't a boycott to us because we weren't buying that shit. We were letting all the motherfucking custies know. Right. Fuck these hoes. I mean, that was the whole fucking point. It wasn't no boycott by us because we're not even affiliated with fucking Metric. The only time we were was fucking Luxury Loud.
Right.
And what? They couldn't even last 4 months.
But yeah, it was surprising. I'll tell you that. I wasn't really ready for that, but it was a good show. I thought it was a great show. I liked the way you played the recording and stopped it and responded to it. And I appreciate you having my back, because anybody that knows me knows that you don't call me sir with your clothes on. Plain and simple. If you know me,
you told her leather.
Bro, I never meant that publicly. No, sorry. No, sorry. You got to get it right.
And the guy who sent me, or the guy who taped the conversation, got pretty upset with me for playing it on the show. And I don't know why, but he's like infatuated with males busting their nut or some shit, because he said it like 3 different times. Well, I got paragraphs from him, bruh.
Maybe I should send him a copy of the book. Yeah, I was. I had started. So when I fast forwarded through the beginning of the show, and I actually started listening, and I wasn't sure who or what they were talking about, and I literally had to go back to the beginning where you started playing it and figure out, oh, that's me they're talking about.
Bruh.
I mean, it was so factually incorrect, I didn't recognize
it. Yeah, man. But you know how we went. The show started just, smoking weed and getting high and talking shit. Like, bitch. Like, you don't even know the history of the show. Like, we've said it plenty of fucking times on the show. Like, we didn't even start the show. But whatever, man. Tap Detroit, R.I.P. Tap. Well, it's still in existence, but it definitely ain't the same. The old Russell days, man.
And if you got such a problem, how come I haven't been blocked on social media? That's the other.
Why are we still friends on Facebook?
What? Right. Why can I wish you a happy birthday because it's your birthday?
Yeah.
I didn't, but whatever. Whatever. I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it at all. I ain't worried about it. It's kind of silly.
Clover's saying, bring Roach in. Bring Roach in. He's It's obviously not
coming.
Yeah, he's. I don't have to let him in. He has the link.
Right. But yeah, it was honestly, it was a good show, and I'm sure the numbers are up on that show as compared to others.
Oh yeah,
Word got out.
it's like 5 times with the show that motherfucker who recorded the conversation.
Numbers he pulled.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. But yeah, it was a shocker. It was
Definitely.
I mean, and it's funny because I would own all of it if it was factually correct. I have no problem with that. I'm a big boy.
We're just gross people,
right?
That are scumbags, total scumbags.
Right. Well, I mean,
like I've had like very few interactions with this bitch, but she knows so much about me.
Yeah, well, I mean,
you gotta think again, like who her fucking like best friend was for so many years. I don't even know if they talk anymore. I'm not even fucking saying that bitch's name.
Yeah, I wasn't aware.
I ain't even saying neither one of their fucking names. Fuck these bitches.
I wasn't aware of that relationship until the show went down, and I talked to people. They told me I wasn't aware of that, which tells me where she's getting her information. Which, whatever. I've been doing this a long time. You think if that was the norm, the way she said it, that she wouldn't have been the first person to say it. But she was.
I want to say Medical Monday has been going on since it was medical in Michigan. What year was that? 2008?
Yeah.
Yeah, 2008. That's when fucking Olin started that shit.
Right.
Whatever. We've always talked medical shit here on Medical Mondays.
It would be nice if you had some ash. Just for the record.
What?
I said it would be nice if you had some ass shakers for the record.
I mean,
I know
that's not Medical Mondays though.
Must miss
sorry. Like, I mean, if she wants to talk about some shit that's going on in a IG live, that's a whole different story. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is it on the Medical Mondays page? Fuck no.
No. A lot of people get that confused.
Oh yeah, man. There's some Michigan news and weed. I got a couple stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. People in the chat are still asking about the book.
Yeah, well, it's not a cheap book, but I'll send you one. If you want one.
Damn.
It's
not affiliated with Medical Mondays whatsoever.
No, it's me. Want to know about the book? Oh man. like I told her, it's about relationships, and if you read it, you'll learn a lot and you'll go far. But like I said, I'll make you famous. Which I don't remember saying that either, for the record.
So yeah, I guess there was all kinds of voting initiatives throughout the state because, you know, even though Michigan, you know, marijuana is legal, blah 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 blah, each, you know, county, etc., got to vote. And
Still got to opt in.
yeah, still didn't opt in. So right now there's only 139 municipalities that have opted for marijuana businesses, while 1,370 have opted out. They don't want shit to do with weed in their neighborhoods. Hey, that's her choice.
Right. They don't get no tax money. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
No tax money for you.
But yeah, like white boy he brought up Trusenda allegedly tried to deceive state regulators during an unannounced inspection, and they're trying to do a countersuit, a defamation case over the CRA.
Right. That's pretty funny. I mean, they agreed to all this stuff when they got their license. How are you going to see?
We talked about it last week about fucking. They just put labels on whatever didn't have a label on it, and you know, thought that people wouldn't catch on. You know, like
I read where they were moving labels around while the guy
was. No, like before they entered the fucking room, like you know, like, literally right before they walked in, motherfuckers putting a label on shit.
I read those charges, man. I can't see them coming out
and they're missing all kinds of video evidence or like video footage, you know, which is evidence,
which is required for them to have.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it just sounds reminiscent of Fuego, your boy Fuego.
Yeah, I talked to him yesterday. He's in Thailand with the lady boys.
Each their own.
Hey, bro. Whatever.
Oh.
But shit's huge in Thailand right now. I got a bunch of Dutch people that are over there making a go of it.
So yeah. Like one of the people who opted out still is Howell. They just don't want anything to do with it.
Yeah. That just amazes me. It's one thing to not opt in because you don't like the program that you're being offered. So you voted down. Like you're really for it, but you got to vote against it. I understand that concept. Like Ohio, you know.
In Niles, though, in Niles Township, voters passed marijuana business proposal. The path has been cleared for the Michigan cannabis sale to take place closer to the Indiana state line. So, yeah.
Those border communities are just killing it. Ohio, they're still killing it down in Monroe.
Yeah. I mean, people are driving to Ann Arbor and fucking Detroit, fucking all over just to get better weed. And I wouldn't even say it's better, but probably better what they got down there.
Right.
Trusenda pledged to cooperate with investigators after it was accused of trying to deceive the inspectors. All kinds of shit, really.
Yeah, there was
Send a large cannabis company operating processing plants in Hazel Park and Warren has addressed accusations of misconduct, describing the stance of the state regulators as defamatory and one-sided.
well, it's the regulating agency. How many sides are supposed to have?
Right.
There's one side. It's the rules. If you're not following them, they're going to spank you.
Trisenda said it's committed to transparency and cooperation with the Michigan Cannabis Regulatory Agency. Yeah.
Yeah, anything to keep their license, right?
Yeah. And the records weren't matching any of their fucking products, bro. Like they'd have fucking, you know, they'll have the same number as some fucking some shit that passed all the testing and everything, and then 11 out of 15 failed.
Right.
So how is that happening?
Oh, I mean, it's
I wonder what's on that fucking lost footage.
Same thing that's on all the footage that these guys get busted with. The footage is there. It shows them breaking the rules.
Right.
They don't think anybody's going to come get them because nobody has yet.
Breaking the rules. The CRA also claimed Trisenda did not provide complete surveillance footage as required, citing missing camera angles and significant time gaps. So not only they didn't have all different kinds of angles like that they're supposed to have, but even in the cameras that they do have, there's time gaps missing.
Like where they might have edited out something they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen this over and over and over where the state ends up catching these people and they look at their video and there's video of the guy taking 2 duffel bags out of his trunk and walking in the back door of his place. And I don't know, he thought nobody was ever going to look at the video. He only has to keep it for 30 days or whatever. And he got caught. They got caught. It happens repeatedly.
So last week, the CRA accused Trisenda of committing several violations, including improperly transporting cannabis products, misusing the statewide monitoring system, and failing to maintain complete surveillance footage, and attempting to mislead inspectors by switching tags on different marijuana products. Damn.
That's ballsy, if you ask me.
Like they knew that, like they were gonna get the footage, right?
Well, they had
like, yeah, I want the footage of today too. Right before I walked into this room. And they had fucking video of the motherfucker going around, fucking putting labels on it. Man, I wish I had
that,
you know, the means to have that video footage.
Yeah. Well, that's the funny thing about video in all these states is that, you know, you're required to put in all these cameras and you're required to have all this video backed up for how many ever days, a month, whatever. But at no point can the state just flip a switch and sit there and watch your goings-ons. It's always after the fact where they request this video, which enables these companies to lose video, not have recorded proper video. You know, I understand the workarounds. I just don't understand why you would risk your license that you paid so much for. But even worse, you put millions of dollars into your grow or your dispo or whatever, and you're putting that all at risk because you want to increase your bottom line. All right. I didn't realize people were doing that bad, that, you know, so poorly that they needed to break the law in order to.
No, I mean, we got record sales numbers, blah, 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 blah. We're selling so much weed, but it's because all these fucking dispos got all this fucking turped up garbage that they're selling. Buy one, get one free for like $62. And then you got motherfuckers out there bragging about it. Like, bruh, shit's fucking foul.
Right. Yeah, the whole Turk out, the whole Turk thing is somewhat interesting. That, and we saw that a couple of years ago when we talked to that guy with the Turk joints, and just the fact that that's such a thing,
yeah,
is kind of surprising to me.
No, I mean, I heard it through the grapevine that fucking one of them, like, they don't even put like, they put like essential oils on the weed.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah, that's, I don't know. I understand why you might want to do that, but I would never do anything like that. That it's just not needed. It's not necessary. Unless you have shit weed. But essential oils aren't going to get you higher.
And bruh, like, these motherfuckers got fucking drums full of unknown. Like, bitch, how is it unknown?
Yeah. It's a hell of a racket, let me tell you. And why is it these big guys getting caught at this? Where's the mom and pops?
Bro, they're the motherfuckers that are doing the most dirt.
Right. We've seen it over and over and over. People should know better.
So, Lake Superior State University can't actually have cannabis containing THC on campus. So they're gonna be fucking with hemp, I guess.
Yeah.
But they're supposedly got a new fucking program out that, you know, it launched in 2018, I guess. School offers a cannabis business program and a chemistry program as well. But like they said, they gotta fuck with hemp there. Which I guess is understandable, but
yeah, I just always wonder who's teaching these classes that nobody in the game knows.
right.
Where did these people come from? Where are they getting their knowledge? It's like I took a business class in college and had to walk out. I didn't know he was talking.
This guy's name is Steve Johnson. And he's the dean of the College of Arts. I guess it is an art form, right?
Yeah. Gardening, I would think so. I guess it's one of the liberal arts.
Oh yeah, you know that big old thing we talked about it before on fucking previous weeks. In Florida, proposal 3 didn't go through.
No, that was the truly sponsored proposal.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of those.
Hey, more power to Florida, man.
Yeah, no, that's one of those things that people say, you know what, we want to move the ball forward, but we don't want to do it that way. We don't care. And
it was 55%.
Yeah, it needed 60% in order to pass.
Yeah.
People of Florida, for the most part, are happy with what they have.
And
they think it's great.
In Massachusetts, they didn't. It says 57% said no. They don't want that shit.
Yeah. I can see not wanting it, let me tell you. It's just like Ohio. They had
and North Dakota said no, they don't want that shit.
Ohio said no to monopolies and all that. And then they came back and passed something that made a little more sense.
Nebraska initiative 437 legalized medical marijuana. It did pass 70.9% said for.
And that's a good thing because a lot of people get busted driving to Nebraska.
Right.
So that'll start to change some opinions.
And they're allowed to possess up to 5 ounces.
That's cool.
And South Dakota said no. The measure would allow the use, distribution, and possession for up to 2 ounces of medical marijuana. And they didn't want that shit.
You know what happened with Clausen? Because I forgot to look that up. Just remembered about it.
What?
Clausen had a ballot initiative this last election. And I forgot to look up what happened with it. I think it was his last election.
Bad one. Oh yeah, Oakland County, Clausen proposal to create charter amendment allowing for 2 marijuana retailers passed with 54%.
Cool. I'm not for limiting how many licenses you have, but Clausen's a very small community. So 2 licenses in that community is a good start. I don't think there should be a limit to how many you could have, but it is what it is. It's better than nothing.
Oakland County, Royal Oak Township, a proposal to ban all medical marijuana businesses failed.
Right.
With 48% vote.
Royal Oak Township, a vacant piece of land that could only dispose being on the north side of 8 Mile.
Right.
Yeah, that's just craziness. And I'd say that the communities in Oakland County that have marijuana shops, they're all booming because of it.
Right. Washtenaw County, Lottie Township,
Lodi.
proposal to allow 5 grow and 2 processing licenses failed. 38%. And those were just grow facilities, right? So that would they get taxes back from just having grow facilities there?
No,
Like,
just
you get taxes back from the sale of cannabis.
right.
So there ain't shit for them to fucking gain from having.
And that's kind of farm country out there, so that they're wide open. You think that would be a place that would opt in, you know?
I guess. But yeah, I think that's all I got about Michigan, though. What? I'm sure you didn't look up any fucking stories, did you?
I got my emails that I get because you asked.
So in Idaho, cannabis activists this week filed a ballot measure to legalize marijuana for personal use in the 2026 election. So Idaho's trying to go legal. But the proposal does not authorize sale of recreational pot. Is that a medical? When you legalize it, that just means for adult use, right?
Right.
So, trying to legalize the personal use and cultivation of marijuana for the 2026 election. Yeah, go for what you know, Idaho. Oh yeah, did you hear about that shit in New Jersey? How they're starting to ban all the fucking hemp derived fucking shit.
Yeah.
So
yeah, as opposed to
good for New Jersey, man.
Right.
They're probably like, man, we're having a hard enough time selling this fucking garbage. Hemp derived. So new rules signed into law by Governor Phil Murphy. He signed into law ban the sale of intoxicating hemp products in the state by giving the Cannabis Regulators Commission licensing power over the hemp-derived cannabinoid sales. So the agency was charged with awarding licenses for the sale of such hemp products, but officials were given 180 days to draft the rules, and it's only been out a month. In the meantime, under the new rules, anyone caught selling the products without licenses faces a $100 fine for the first offense, $1,000 for the second offense, and at least $10,000 for the third and subsequent offense. So $100 from all the way to $100 to 10,000, or at least 10,000.
At least 10,000, right? Well, I just
retailers were given 30 days to comply with the new law. The legal challenge has been brought up by the hemp companies last month. So
I would think
what?
I would think the Farm Bill kind of overrides some of that stuff. The federal Farm Bill that made hemp legal.
Yeah, don't they got some initiative to fucking make that shit illegal or no?
Well, in a lot of places, they're trying to get rid of the hemp But the Farm Bill is what opened the door for that. You can grow hemp everywhere. But I can see why they don't want that stuff processed and cutting into their legal market. That makes sense. But these are all sponsored by industry folks.
Right.
You know, it's not like the government figured it out.
So yeah, so they'll begin to enforce the ban on Friday. So they got till Friday to comply. The agency is likely testing the waters for a wider crackdown on all hemp products by targeting the synthetic cannabinoids like Delta 10, THC at first. So, yeah. So anything, what other fucking hemp derived products do they got besides Delta 10?
Delta 8. And all the CBD. See, that's the thing. Then it cuts into the CBD products that are made from hemp.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, there's a pretty big market for that right now. So I'm surprised that they're able to move forward with that type of thing.
Proponents of New Jersey's hemp product restrictions said that changes would protect children from being exposed to potentially unsafe intoxicants.
Yeah. The fact that it's potentially unsafe has nothing to do with.
You can buy it at a gas station, though.
Right, but they're worried about the process to make it. That's what makes it unsafe. That can be damaging, dangerous if it's not made properly. But
reported earlier this year, the hemp-derived THC seltzer accounted for 10 to 15% of the total liquor store sales in the state.
Doesn't surprise me at all.
Wow. I guess New Jersey, we should, whatever, after the show, say. New Jersey, man, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So liquor stores, 50% of their sales was from the hemp-derived seltzer market, they say.
That doesn't surprise me. That's the fastest moving category is beverages right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
I've had hemp fucking tea and everything. But
yeah.
I mean, it had nothing to do with getting high or anything. It was like, it was tea, you know?
Yeah, well, most of those beverages that are out there only have 10, 20, 50 milligrams in it max.
But yeah, so do they sell that shit in liquor stores here?
Not well. No, because it's unregulated. So if it's got THC in it, it would have to be sold at dispo.
Oh shit! It is 420 there, man.
Yeah, it is.
It's crazy. You're usually saying, "Oh, it's 420." Yes,
right. Now I'm here.
Damn, they keep on asking about the book, man.
Yeah, they want to know about the book.
All you gotta do is hit up Adam in the DMs, send him your address. I bet you he'll send you the book.
All you gotta do is watch the show. It'll tell you all about the book. Whatever.
Thumb of green. What's everybody smoking on? KK up in this bitch. KK saying what book?
I got one at the house for you, KK. Next time I see you.
Damn, who'll personally deliver yours?
I'll sign it for you. Yeah, the book. I've sent out 100 copies of that book. That's the first time I've ever had anybody mention it. Whatever. Especially someone that hasn't read it. How offensive.
James Holland smoking on some GMO. Dogcatcher Farms Fire said he's smoking on some fire, I guess. I mean, KK could join too, man. I'm sure he just click on one of the old links.
He'll be here. Yeah, I did find an interesting story about New York and how they're going after the illegal marijuana shops there.
Yeah.
They're closing more than 700 shops and seizing tens of millions of dollars worth of weed and THC-laced products. The problem with all of that, 1,000 more stores are opening.
Oh, yeah. Just popping up somewhere else.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's how things happen in New York. So, good luck to you. They used to have head shops were illegal, and they'd have a head shop. They'd get raided. The next day, the guy was back open with product on the shelves. Which is how it's done.
So there hasn't been anything in the news about that Veritas shit.
No, it's still
Did
being.
you notice that?
Yep, it's still under investigation. They can't say nothing. Right. What'll end up happening is they'll come out with some agreement that they made with Veritas, and that'll be their excuse for it taking so long, is that they've been trying to negotiate with them and work this thing out. And they'll end up getting a free pass on all this stuff. So
I think the fucking processing labs should. That's another thing, man. Like, how do you think the fucking proposal? What was it? They're trying to downgrade weed.
the thing.
Yeah,
they've already kicked that can down the street, down the alley. Let's say.
That's Congress, though, right?
Well, yeah, in the end it is, but what they're doing is they're going to these agencies and saying, we want your opinion, different. So the DEA is going to have a hearing, which they just moved, but it's going to have a hearing so that it can get in front of an administrative law judge. And he'll probably end up saying the same thing the last administrative law judge said. He claimed it was the safest product on the planet. But Yeah, and this is all about rescheduling to Schedule 3. Well, that doesn't help us any. It needs to be descheduled.
Correct.
So the Controlled Substance Act needs to remove marijuana from its clutches. That'll make all the difference in the world.
The only reason, like, God, they just want the fucking money, bruh. I fucking Trump won, bro.
It's all about, man.
Money. That's all weed's gonna be about from now on. I hate to say it, man. But
Yeah.
he's probably gonna be extra pissed because he's not gonna get none of that weed money from Florida. He was supporting that shit.
Oh, his chief of staff that he picked, a woman, she worked for the PR firm for
And True Leave.
Yeah, she worked for the group that was pushing that ballot initiative.
I think it's True Leave.
Yeah, True Leave.
Fuck them hoes. They spent over. They spent millions on that fucking initiative.
Yeah, but I don't see anything happening quick with the federal government at all. You know, we just went through another 4-year presidency that the guy could have moved the ball anytime he wanted.
I know. They've had all this.
And to be truthful, Trump had the opportunity to do this before and he didn't do it. So why would he do it now? Especially being the big anti-drug guy that he is. Because his brother drank himself to death, the rest of us have to suffer. Come on. But
they keep on talking about the book, man.
Yeah, I see that. I just think it's funny because it just shows how people don't get it. But I appreciate Dog Catcher Farms. So, I mean, you know, it's whatever. I don't have to defend myself, so I ain't worried about it. Oops.
Maybe RFK Jr. will help out on decriminalization. I'm done with politics tonight. Trump won, whatever. It's all about that money, I guess.
All about
the billionaires, not y'all. That's a whole different thing. That's a different show. Medical Mondays, where bitches shake their ass. Anytime you tell anybody about Medical Mondays, oh man, I will continue to fact check.
As long as you get it right.
She claimed she did not. She claimed all kinds of shit, though.
Right. None of which was correct.
I sent the link to KK. Maybe I gotta send it to him on his phone. And why you sending the Harvey Weinstein of the cannabis community your address?
Man,
The industry.
I wish. I wish I had something to trade. I think that's what Harvey Steel was, right?
For
Whatever.
KK was like, I thought she said Epstein.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn.
I appreciate that, KK. I noticed that.
Damn, KK.
It's all right. As long as she's the only complaint, we're okay.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, haters are good, but whatever.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, Red Center Farm said, I recognize the voice in the audio. Oh, shit.
That's funny.
I'm hard of hearing, man. Like, kind of sounded like two dudes talking, but
Yeah.
guess one of them was a female. I don't know who it was.
Oh, no. Oh, no. I can't even go there. Yeah. The name at the beginning confirmed it. Yes, it did. Sure did.
I was gonna read some of the text that dude sent me.
Oh, definitely.
But I don't know. Does everybody out there want to hear this shit? I don't know. This sounds more personal. Favorite.
Jared said it sounded like two females to me.
Oh, I see. Everybody hears
Here's
something different, I guess. I'm hard of hearing, so that's why I try not to have conversations in a loud place. Yeah. Fuck that. I would love to have her back on, man. Maybe she could clear some of this shit up that she's been hearing or
saying.
Exactly. She's saying all kinds of shit. Sexual harassment. Whatever, man. Shit's wild. It's crazy to me how motherfuckers will have a problem with you but won't come to you about it.
Right.
They'll just make like shit'll snowball. Like
They talk behind your back. They talk to people that they think are going to listen to their side, and they don't realize that as soon as they say something to that person, that person's picking up the phone and calling you to say, "Hey."
Exactly. Not once did she say some of these allegations, blah 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 blah, these stories. That fucking there was any justification behind it. She wasn't saying her source or anything.
Right.
It's like somebody that's been an activist for 20 plus years, like, oh, word. I don't know. Shit's wild.
It is. But like we find out, these are always newcomers who are trying to make a name for themselves.
What's your definition of your checker? What? About to do a collab with some guava tangy from Michigan Turf Farms. Hell yeah.
That sounds good. Yeah, that shit would go over big here at Michigan Turf Farms. It's like nothing they've seen here.
I bet. What about the fucking hemp derived shit over there? Like, they don't got that shit over there, do they?
No, you don't see that.
Well, no. That's what.
It's not on the radar here.
You said you can have how much?
You can carry 5 grams with you.
Damn.
And
they get smoked. Uh-oh, somebody's joining. It's a 574 number.
574. Where the fuck is that?
I don't know.
No camera, huh?
No. No audio either.
Interesting. Oh, they're gone.
Oh, maybe that was KK. I sent it to him.
Well, maybe he'll come back.
So there we go. KK.
After he put his number out there.
I didn't put his. It's the area code.
No. It was in the whatever. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Oh yeah, I mean, it didn't show up on the screen because the camera didn't come on.
Right.
Yo.
Yo.
What up, though?
My video on? There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
The
What
goat.
up, though, man? Long time.
What up? What up?
What up?
Chilling. What you smoking on?
Some guava tangy.
Gang.
Yeah. We had a crazy weekend. I don't know if you guys heard about the Chicago event.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, there was it was a packed event. Things were going great. And then all of a sudden the organizer comes out, put all your stuff away. Cops are coming in. Yeah, so yeah, it got kind of ugly. It got kind of ugly.
Really?
Yeah, vendors rushing out the doors.
Yeah.
You know, somebody could have got trampled. You know, like it got ugly, man. I mean, there was a lot of people in there, bro. You know, a lot of people.
Did the cops in?
No, it was a false alarm like it usually is.
No way.
Oh man.
They came there for the smell. Like the business next door was complaining about the order, and they were it was a bar. It was like a Irish pub. And they complained, they called the police about the smell, and that's why the police showed up.
But they never came in the
They never had intentions of coming in that building.
Right.
So, but you had all the and then, you know, they're sitting across the street. They're sitting across the street in their cars, and they're just watching all these vendors running, scrambling out like roaches with their totes and stuff. You know, they're just sitting there laughing and like they didn't hurt anyone.
I've seen that happen in Detroit, man.
I've seen that happen.
Oh yeah, plenty of time.
I've seen it happen at multiple events put on by the same person.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every year.
You are correct. I think I was there at both of them.
And I've seen on tape the people video that process you're talking about, where people are grabbing their shit and running. And I've seen it on video. There's nothing funnier than jars rolling through the parking lot.
Oh yeah.
You know, because I thought the cops were coming in. In the
There's
meantime,
there's some people just doing it calmly, just like
bro, there was one vendor left like 2 or 3 units behind.
Yeah.
I heard. Yep. That's wild, man.
In the meantime, they only saw the cops with the event promoters. So why do you think there's a problem?
Right.
The people panic.
I mean, it doesn't help that, you know, the organizer was drinking before and after the event, you know, like.
Yeah. What kind of event organizer made that announcement, though?
Yeah.
You send somebody around quietly to make that happen.
Right. You don't create a frenzy.
Right.
And that's what it was, bro. It was chaos. I just sat back and waited. I was hoping they came in, you know, like, hey, I don't got nothing to hide.
And when was this? What day of the event was this?
This was Saturday night, Saturday evening, around 7 o'clock. So Saturday night, yeah. The event started at 5, and I want to say it started happening around 6:30.
Crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it was booming, bro. I mean, there was a lot of people there.
A lot of vendors?
Yeah. I would say around 50.
That's cool.
So what's been up with you guys? What's new? How's Amsterdam treating you?
Oh, it's wonderful, man. Weather's been great. The weed's pretty good. Been smoking on some kosher kush, smoking on some Moroccan hash. And, shit changes from time to time. Every time you come here, something's closed that was open before, or restaurant chain disappeared that used to be here, that type of shit. But
nobody's living in the pisser.
no,
Is it?
pisser behind me here. Yeah, nobody's living in that this week. I was just sitting at the greenhouse the other day. Actually, I was sitting at the greenhouse and they reserved one of the tables. And we heard Burner was coming, and I was like, I gotta get out of here before it gets crazy. But I was just sitting across from the fucking pisser, and I told the guy, yeah, I use that as my background for when I go live. And we got it all decked out with the sheets and stuff. Where are they at? You can see it. Whoops. Right there. Doorway, and he had it's in the little opening there. He had a whole bed in there, and TV and cable, and it was crazy. And there's all kinds of shit like that in Amsterdam, crazy shit that happens. But I was just looking out, same spot. Nothing's changed. And, it's the most uncomfortable seating in the world, in that spot where we sit. Just, it's not comfortable. We sit in another place, the plug that used to be much more comfortable. Used to be the plug. It's now it. But yeah, nothing's changed here. It's same old shit.
Hell yeah. How many days you got left?
I leave next Wednesday. I leave next Wednesday.
Oh wow.
Unless I can find a place to stay after that. But for now, it's Wednesday.
Well,
yeah, it's cool.
Have one for me, man.
I will. You mean some weed?
Yeah, that's what he means.
Yeah.
All kinds of options here, so. I will.
Shout out to the Detroit River Rat up in this bitch. What up, though? I'm always the last one out. What?
Oh, Clover?
No, Native Maid. She's always the last. When you got to pack up,
Did Native Maid ever say what she was smoking on? I didn't see it. I don't think so.
So is there any update from the Wicked Witch of the East?
Well, I haven't heard anything.
She ain't calling me. She knows it. Put on the fucking show.
That would be awesome.
Shit.
Bring her and Jen Bronson on together.
Who? Yeah, don't say it.
Bring the activists, the wacky activists.
This is what they are.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Shit's
We need
wild.
people like them, bro.
Hey, that's what makes it fun is people. Till they got your name in there.
They already do.
I know. Sorry.
Well, you know the truth. That's all that matters. So,
Hey, man, I need the boost to my ego. I have no problem with it.
hey, you know, bad publicity is good publicity. You know.
Hey, bring it on. Bring it on.
Matt, hey, how many of your family, KK, are veterans?
That's a good question. 1, 2, 3, 5. Yeah.
All family, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, they fought in the Mexican-American War, but you know they're veterans.
We got a lot of law enforcement in my family in Texas.
Oh, yeah.
We got one up here too. So she's she's Marine. She's a tough one. Marine. His son was a Marine.
I remember my aunt. She's in the she's a retired Air Force. She actually worked on Air Force One.
Cool. Is it Veterans Day?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Salute to all the vets, man.
I have cousins that are still in the military, so they're not technically veterans.
Yeah, they're still active. Yeah. Hey, nonetheless, you know, they don't get enough recognition out here in this world.
Worse than that, they get shit that they don't get the shit they were promised from our government to sign their name.
Get the help there.
Yeah, mess. The VA shouldn't be a mess like it is.
Yeah. Well, take a lesson, young folks. Don't join the military.
They should be getting first-class service.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's, I mean, it's fucked up, man. Our government should really take care of their own, quote unquote.
Yeah. I had a homie that was a vet, and bro, like they didn't do anything for him. He had mental issues. He ended up going like on a shooting spree, shooting people, and like he's gone. He's gone for life. He'll never see daylight again. But it was all because I mean he was in Desert Storm, and yeah, he went through some things. He came back a whole new person, and never had any psychiatric evaluations. You know.
The nice thing is, for the most part, we're done fighting wars like that. Now it's all, you know, remote control, drones, guys sitting there with a joystick in their hand, pagers exploding, shit like that, phones exploding. That modern warfare, it's not necessarily sending guys to go do your bidding and leads to all kinds of atrocities and shit that fucks these people up. So there's something to be said about that.
Looking at your shirt, what is this shirt you got on, man? It's a new one?
Me? No, this is an old one. This is a Coleman Young shirt.
Oh shit! Gangster.
It's the Detroit African American Festival.
I was gonna say that. I thought it looked like an African shirt.
1975.
Holy shit!
It's hard to see the fucking logo.
It looks crisp. It doesn't look no.
Oh yeah,
take it or nothing.
I got a couple of them. I wear them sparingly. To be totally honest, my Medical Monday shirt's sitting right over here. I forgot to put it on.
Oh man, wear it around there. Keep it clean.
Keep it. The shirt or
yeah.
Oh, all right.
People even know who Coleman Young is. How many people ask you who that is on your shirt?
Truthfully, I wear it underneath my bib overalls, so nobody knows down today. I showed a couple people because guys I hang out with, we talk shit about.
Oh, you had overalls. That means you got no pants on right now.
Really? You had to go there, huh? Here, I'll stand up.
No, please.
No. This is Medical Monday. This is not a lie. I mean, that we are a lie.
At least you know the rules, fucking KK. I appreciate that, bro. You've been paying attention in class. That's good.
Yeah.
Damn class.
I got my own doctor bag now.
There you go.
And Malone here in the building. Man, make sure everybody hits that like and subscribe. And note it and fuck it.
Turn on
notification. Yeah. When we go live, because I mean, each week we say we're gonna start at 9, but then we end up like talking shit about shit that shouldn't even be a part of the show.
Sometimes.
And you know, whatever.
We got to catch up before we get.
And shout out to Detroit Certification Center. You're in Michigan, or man, maybe even other states. I know Ohio as well as Florida. You get hooked up. Detroit Certification Center. Hit them up. Call, text 248-275-6707. There's plenty of other people you can hit up as well. Where'd Adam go?
Oh, I'm here.
Oh, all right. He's hurrying and getting pants out real quick.
Come on, leave me alone.
Yeah. Go out and get your medical marijuana. What's my personal fucking reason I have a medical marijuana card is legal reasons. Legal reasons. Just keep it at that.
Oh, I'm just trying to avoid that DWI.
Legal reasons.
Yeah.
I do it for my patients. You know, I got my card for my patients.
Right. Yeah, you're a caregiver. Shout out to all the caregivers, man.
Yeah.
I want to remind everybody the 24th in Detroit. If you know, you know. If not, I'm going to tell you about this shit. Shout out to JSH Enterprise and Nug Abduction Extracts. Bringing non-perishable food. Of course, it's the Give Back going on. November 24th. Lock in the date now. 2 p.m., 7 p.m. $5 entry without donation, but why not bring both, man? So it's going to be benefiting Capuchin Soup Kitchen and First Step Women's Shelter. Everybody's going to be in the house. Native Maid, 313, Nug Abduction.
You going to be there, Cake?
Let me check my schedule. I think I might be free that weekend.
All right. I'll bring you your book.
Yeah.
Much needed.
I'll be there.
All right, man. Shout out to all of our sponsors. Native Maid 313, Michigan Turf Farms, Nug Abduction Extracts, Tiki Madman, SOB Labs, and Tree Street Packaging. Boom. Much love to y'all, man. Make sure, like I said a minute ago, make sure you hit that like. And hope everybody out there have the good rest of your Monday, y'all.
Yeah.